Welcome to part 7 of The Godfather. It's time to end Carmine's life, as well as whatever hold on New York he has left. That is the whole purpose of the Corleone Inquisition. But there will be more. I promise you, there will be more. Anyway, now is a perfect time to point out the failure of EA.
We could be walking into a trap.
He doesn't have any options left.
EA Redwood Shores was the people who made this game. They were bought out, or should I say their name was changed to Visceral Studios. They're pretty much one and the same. Visceral Studios also was the people behind the Dead Space series. Earlier this year, EA, because of the fact that I think Visceral Studios released the game and it did poorly, they closed down Visceral Studios. And it's not because of how poorly the game is done, it's because of the fact that Visceral Studios was an asset that EA was not willing to keep. So, when they do pull off something like for Star Wars Battlefront, that would be a great example. Whenever they actually make money, they were actually... See, EA was actually banking on Star Wars Battlefront 2 not doing well. And it did commercially well until they started using microtransactions and loot crates. So, because Visceral's last game, I'm going to have to look that up, did terribly commercially. And because of the fact that it was costing them money, they just cut Visceral Studios. And now, another studio has been seized. I do believe the studio that was behind Titanfall. But with all those acquisitions, the partnership with EA is the biggest problem. Whatever IPs that these studios had is still in EA's possession, save for The Godfather 2. Well, The Godfather and The Godfather 2, basically. The Godfather ended up getting remastered onto next-gen consoles. I haven't played those yet. But The Godfather 2, this is it. There's no remaster. It did poorly on sales, and the only reason it did poorly on sales is the online gameplay. It is the main reason why it did terribly. Well, yes, you can play online. You could have, at the time, play on online. There's still the matter of the imbalance issues in the game, and that is the problem. And EA did not address that problem, therefore the game did not sell well, and here we are. And with commercial bomb after commercial bomb, obviously Visceral Studios ended up getting the boot. So if there's any reason why there is no Godfather remakes, this is why. And also, they scrapped the idea for Godfather 3. It's because EA sucks at management. Anyway, we're here at Carmine's compound, and now will be a good time to hide in the corner and start shooting. Because as soon as you set foot on their land, they're going to start shooting, obviously. Unlike the compounds in the original Godfather, you had to take every last racket in order for you to get there. Also, you don't have to worry about superpowered made men like Dons and well, actually you still have to worry like Dons, but you don't have to worry about guys like capo regimes and soldados and underbosses trying to protect this turf, because you could actually take them out instead of actually doing contract hits like you did in the original Godfather. So that's a good thing. But here in this compound, it's a lot bigger, a lot spacious, and the difference also, you have to be your demolitions expert has to be the one to set a bomb, not you. And notice, all of my characters have literally no stats bought on them, and they are tearing everyone in this compound a new one. speak volume. And look, I just no-selled a Tommy gun to the face.
Put that away.
Mission actually speaks volume of how powerful we are and how weak Carmine is. Every last one of these guys, they were rejects from Clemenza's family. The moment Clemenza died, they all just decided to
Carmine's
jump
gotta be
ship.
around here someplace.
It was a terrible idea. Capo, who actually did that, died as well.
Open fire!
And for the record, the Rosatos had something to do with Clemenza's death, as Frank actually pointed out. So, anyone else
here,
needs to be in this area? That doesn't need to be in this area? No, we're gonna have to climb up. And the sweet thing about this stronghold, you can constantly come back here to get some weapons. But if anything, if I haven't already mentioned this, there are level upgrade weapons in strongholds. So make sure you buy them. Well, not buy them, get them. And by the way, the strongholds have multiple entrances in them, so you can get the jump on enemies. Instead of running through the front door, you could go in through the back, you could go in through the garden. Hell, you could even try to start a fire to smoke out all of the made men, or should I say all of the soldados that happen to be surrounding the area. That would make things easier on you, as you could pluck them off one by one. One thing is perfectly clear: if there's still made men alive, they will be here. Oh, and if anything happens... Oh, by the way, level 2 Magnum, as I was saying, if anything happens to this compound, the family's dead. And I've already mentioned this multiple times. And the reason why I mentioned this is because, like I said, later on in this game, there's going to be a... Hold on, let's talk to Carmine.
Motherfucker! You betrayed me, Carmine. You killed Pentangeli. And now, you are gonna die.
Fuck you, Dominic! Fuck you! If you kill me, my brother will hunt you down. You and all you Corleone cocksuckers. He'll make you pay.
Not as much as I'll make you pay, but as I was saying, there was one made man condition, which happens to be the dump... Oh yeah, by the way, the pummel.
Go to hell, son of a bitch.
Or the right thumbstick, I think. Whatever the case, there is one made man condition that is the dumbest made man condition of them all. There's a consigliere on the Mongamo's base that, for some inexplicable reason,
I think I can crack. It's a good spot for a bomb.
has to be destroyed along with the compound. That is dumb. Because what do you think is going to happen if the compound is dead and the maid men are still alive?
Carmine dies is to blow up his compound.
And yes, I heard you. Carmine must be destroyed by the compound being destroyed.
Bomb there.
Oh, by the way, I think it's time for us to leave. Yeah, I think the music signifies it's time for us to go, folks. Yeah, stop running in the hallways. Go, 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 go! Timer's running. Self-destruct theme's on. Run, fool. Run like you have a shine spark. Alright, we're almost out. Come on, boys. Don't just stand there. Get the hell out of here. Oh, by the way, sometimes the men can respond and try to attack you as you're trying to get out. Let's sit back, get a good spot, and watch the fireworks. Because, man, are they gonna be pretty. Ah! Oh, that is fantastic. First the bank, and now Carmine's compound. Glorious. And with that, the family is dead. The phony Don has finally been knocked off of his throne. And now that I own the compound, I ended up getting a monetary gain from blowing up the compound, about $20,000. I think you get more money for what, depending on the Don, I don't know. But I do know this, you do score in some major cash by killing a Don. So, I'm just going to go on ahead and put some more onto my stats. And just be done with it. Because now, we have no choice but to go home or go to the nearest payphone and talk to Michael for us to move on to our
I want
next
to get
objective.
out of New York, lay low for a while. I hear Florida's nice.
That's not a bad idea. Who do we know down
Yeah. There's one thing about the main... Oh, well, I've already mentioned one thing. There's an ongoing thing with the main men that pisses me off. They tend to constantly remind you of the next objective, even though you already know what the next objective is. Well, whatever the case, we now have 2 compounds here in New York. And as soon as we get to Florida, we're going to have 2 new families ready and waiting for us to pick them off and take them down. So let's go on ahead and get ourselves situated, get us some more weapons, and prepare to shove off to Florida. We're gonna be there a while,
Success.
and we're probably
Don't be
gonna
weak
need
until
some
the
new
rebuilding's
family
done.
members on the way. I mean, we won't be
What's going
meeting
on,
them
guys?
now, but later.
Is this Dominic?
Yes. Who's this?
Hyman Roth. We met in Cuba, remember?
Of course. Mr. Roth, how are you?
Good. News travels fast, my friend. I've heard you've made quite a name for yourself in New York.
Thank you.
Dominic, I'll be quick. I have an opportunity for you here in Florida. I'd like to speak with you in person. Fredo's here too. He can meet you at the airport. Until then, take care.
I don't trust
been to
Hyman
Florida
Roth
before.
as
This is gonna be
far as
fantastic.
I can throw him. Just saying. Now let's hop into the car and head over to the airport, because that's the only
You know
way
where the
we're going to
airport
go.
is, right?
Yeah, Professor.
Over
I
to
know
Florida.
where it is.
And now that I think about it, unlike in the previous Godfather game, I mean, you able to drive between New York and Jersey because it's all connected and it's straight through a pipe. Here you actually could go to the airport, which I like better than the original Godfather. That I can wholeheartedly say. It travels quick and straight to the point. The only downside that I have... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, had to step off for a minute, but it's time for us to go to Florida now. And just for the record, once we're there in Florida, up until Hyman Roth has us with
This
a
one
hideout,
time, this
we
cop pulled me
probably
over
won't
and
be
he
able to come
says,
back to
"You have
New
a
York
right to remain
until
silent."
after certain
So I
events is
said,
done.
That's okay. I'll
Like,
be drunk to
once
talk.
we do reveal who the next family is that we have to take out are obviously the Rosatos, but there's another family that's going to be available. And once we finish doing whatever business we have with Hyman Roth the first time, then from there you can either choose to do the story, or you can just simply come into New York and start taking people out. Because there are going to be some made men here in New York.
Would you like to book a flight, sir? Enjoy your trip, sir. Oh, sorry.
Fredo!
Oh, there's even better town on the beach.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, you're gonna love Florida. Let me take that. Let's go. So, Carmine Rosato,
He's not gonna be bothering us anymore. It's Tony's family. Hey, watch it!
Easy, easy. I don't know how to drive down here. Tony's gang is small potatoes. They ain't the reason Mr. Roth called you.
He mentioned a family.
Yeah, the Granados. Ever since Cuba, it's been nothing but war with those guys.
What's their business?
Guns, girls, whatever they can get their dirty hands on to make a buck. And their boss, old man Rico, he's trouble. Made his money in construction. Probably buried a body under every house he's built. But he's connected, all the way to the top.
Is that so?
That's why Mr. Roth called you here.
Well, hopefully I'll like what Mr. Roth has to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna give these guys a break. They've done well, and until they're needed again, I will keep them at the ready. But for right now, I might as well just drive this lovely car over to Hyman Roth's house. But first, let's talk to Fredo.
So, where does Mr. Roth want to meet?
At his house. Ain't far from here. Don't look like a millionaire lives there. But that's just Mr. Roth's style. I guess he don't like to draw attention to himself.
Florida seems like your kind of place, Fredo.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Always sunny, beautiful women. Every place plays this great music. They call it salsa. Yeah, stick around a while. You'll like it here.
It's been a while since I seen Mr. Roth. Not since Cuba. Is he up to anything?
Nah, Mr. Roth ain't changed in 60 years. Got his start running molasses out of Cuba. My pop supplied him with the trucks. He don't smuggle sugar no more, but the game's the same. Making money.
What's he worth? Anybody know?
Officially, he ain't worth more than that deed to the shack he calls a home. But that's just a cover. Mr. Roth's got millions. Hundreds of millions. He got in on Las Vegas back when it was just a watering hole for GIs. He's making money off every casino out there.
Well, we didn't really learn too much about Hyman Roth. I know one thing. Don't trust that guy. Seriously. For an old guy, it's kinda hard to trust somebody that you can't really throw. Well, you can, but still can't trust him. Anyway, as you just recently saw, the families have been revealed that we are going to be
Yeah, he knows all the hot spots
taking
in
down.
Florida.
And those families
You
are
wanna get laid while
the
you're here?
Granados
He's the
and
man to
also
talk
the Rosatos. Tony is here in Florida, and also Rico Granado is here as well. And we're going to have to take these two down. For the most part, at least take down most of their turfs and their made men. But first, before we actually do that, we're going to have to try to do something to acquire a safe house, just in case things get a little rough. So we're just going to have to visit Hyman Roth at his house, and that is where we're going to end this mission, or at least this part, in the next episode of The Godfather. We are going to go inside and have a sit down with Hyman Roth. And more importantly, we are going to start taking down some businesses, if not all of them, from the Rosatos and also the Granados. See you guys next time on The Godfather, because something tells me another Inquisition is about to happen, and it's gonna be bloody as hell. So, catch you next time, and make sure you hit that bell in the subscription. See you later, guys.